Sarah Cynthia Sylvia Stout would not take the garbage out, by Shel Silverstein. Sarah Cynthia Sylvia Stout would not take the garbage out. She'd scour the pots and scrape the pans,
candy the yams and spice the hams. And though her daddy would scream and shout, she simply would not take the garbage out.
And so it piled up to the ceiling, coffee grounds, potato peelings, brown bananas, rotten peas, chunks of sour cottage cheese.
It filled the can, it covered the floor, it cracked the window and blocked the door. With bacon rinds and chicken bones, drippy ends of ice cream cones.
15 prune pits, peach pits, orange peel, glumpy glops of cold oatmeal.
Pizza crusts with withered greens, soggy beans and tangerines, crusts of black, burned buttered toast, gristly bits of beefy roasts.
The garbage rolled on down the hall. It raised the roof. It broke the wall.
Greasy napkins, cookie crumbs, globs of gooey bubble gum.
Cellophane from green bologna, rubber blubbery macaroni.
Peanut butter, caked and dry, curdled milk in crusts of pie.
Cold French fries and raced meat, yellow lumps of cream of wheat.
At last the garbage reached so high that it finally touched the sky.
And finally, Sarah Cynthia Stout said, "Okay, I'll take the garbage out." But then, of course, it was too late. The garbage reached across the state.
From New York to the Golden Gate, and there in the garbage she did hate. Poor Sarah met an awful fate that I cannot right now relate.
Because the hour is much too late. But remember, Sarah Stout.
And always take the garbage out.
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 So the Literacy Festival is an opportunity for authors to come visit our school and for our students and teachers to meet authors, read their books. We have authors that come for our preschool students all the way up through middle school.
Well, we get to read all of the really cool books that the authors put out for us to read, and we get to meet them and they give us a short backstory about how they read or how they wrote the book, and it's really cool.
One of the things that's interesting about the Literacy Festival is the students read these authors' books and they're impressed by the authors. They're in awe of these authors. And then suddenly, when they meet the author, they find that they're just regular people and maybe I can be an author too.
I like the Literacy Festivals because it lets me kind of relate with the author and get to meet them and see that they're also human and not just a celebrity who writes stuff. And so it's always great to be able to relate with someone.
A lot of times students, especially in middle school, will get stuck in one area in particular, maybe just fantasy or maybe historical fiction, and they won't go outside that. And yet the Literacy Festival encourages and kind of forces them to go outside that and meet new authors and new kinds of genres.
What I like about the Literacy Festival is that I can meet new authors that I might not have read books about before.
After one of the authors came, I liked more mysteries.
And yet when the author takes the time to actually sign their book and talk with them one-on-one, it's really just interesting to see how their faces light up. It's a really high point for them.
We get signing from books, so that's probably my favorite thing.
My favorite book is Harry Potter because I just love the fantasy in it.
I'd say one of my favorite books probably has to be Okay for Now by Gary D. Schmidt because it felt like I could really reach with the characters.
I met James Ponti, and that was really cool because I've already read some of the books that he's written, and it kind of just leaned me into the direction more of the styles that he wrote instead of maybe other books.
James Ponti. I did a poster for him and I read all of the books and I just love them.
James Ponti, actually. I really liked his first and second book, and I heard that a third one is coming out, so I'm really excited for that.
I really like Peter Cat and Fly Guy.
Sharon would read aloud to her students and took the time to find the books that were just right. So we are very blessed to have the Literacy Festival honor Sharon Coe.
Her love of Christ and her willingness to serve and be a servant to others was so evident in all that she did. So in the classroom, she loved her kids and she served them and she did whatever she could for them. And we see that in reading as well. She wanted the students to be great readers and it was really important to her.